Welcome, everybody. Oh, I tried to hit it on the mark. 2 days, 5 hours in. I am at that point where I am running out of power. I was talking on stream just now about wondering if I'm making enough power to, fully fill my accumulators. I was like trying to highlight them and see if it'll show. So it says I can only take 300 kilowatts, is the max input they can take. They can't charge faster than 300 kilowatts at a time, or at a second. And I was wondering if, I was reaching that. So I was like, I wonder if there's, I was wondering if I could look at them, and I was wondering if there was a mod, and then I was like, let's just do the math, and I looked to see that I had 2.4K accumulators, and I did the math that was 720,000 kilowatts, which is 720 megawatts needed to fill the accumulators at their maximum rate, and I was like, yeah, I'm not making 720 megawatts yet. I'm at maxing out at 171. But this was the first night that I finished over day and night where I ended up having my power didn't dip down into the red necessarily on my satisfaction bar. So it was into the yellow, somewhere in like I think the 1/3 to 2/3 range, I think is what that would be. Not a whole lot of sure, but I think that's what that would be. Anyway, I'm going to get in my train here, head back to the original base making base. Oh, wait a minute. Stop. I didn't get in it. I'm going to head down there and I'm going to disassemble that a little bit since I'm going to start assembling everything here in the mega base. And hope that, Alright, now let's do this again. So yeah, I'm going to go down to here. I'm going to come down here to where the copper dump is being off, and I'm currently just making my regular base stuff, and I'm just gonna break it all. I'm gonna turn it all off. I'm gonna unplug probably the copper and the iron. The iron here I'm gonna unplug. The iron and then the iron there. Whatever. I'm just gonna unplug them all, and I'm gonna eventually make another train set up here somewhere, and have them all just go. Maybe turn this into a smelting area or something like that later. Not sure exactly what's going to happen with it, but there's no need for me to be here doing everything that I'm doing when I'm now have my mega base set up. So I can just go to the mega base, and everything that I want here, I just get at the mega base instead. So that is the idea behind what I am thinking, and that's about where I am right now. I'm making new makes. Should have showed you while I was up here at Mega. Making processing units. The fluid thing is still a little wonky. I don't quite like how to make it all fit, but I think I'm okay at the moment. Might have to make more. I don't know if I don't know how much of fluid a pipe can hold. If I'm ever gonna, well, I guess right there I can hold 100, but I don't know if that's ever gonna become an issue where I'm gonna need a second pipe coming out here on the side for more petroleum, or if that's where the barreling might become a thing that I want to do, because barreling, you can fill the barrels up, and as long as you have enough bots to move the barrels, then like if you can get more pipes out there, instead of having one pipe here that's doing all my petroleum line and one pipe doing all my water, I can have multiple individual pipe lines, so that they're not being sucked dry because the pipe has a specific width to it. Took my first two tier 3 speed modules, which I'm making here, to make accumulators faster because I'm out of power, and that's going to be the biggest thing to do. Maybe I'm going to come down here with grenades and just blow everything up. That might be an idea. That might not. I'll obviously take some of the important things here. Like I'll take the assembly machines, and I'll take the all these advanced circuits and stuff like that. But like all this yellow belt, like I don't know if I really feel like filling my inventory with all this garbage that I'm never going to use, or if I do or don't. I don't know. Because I hate that I can't do anything with steel furnaces. That always makes me feel a little wonky. I'm like, you need them early, but I'm like, I know they don't go anywhere, and I'm just gonna either make a chest somewhere full of them and just blow them to hell, and get rid of all the useless shit that I don't need anymore. And that's gonna be that. And then I can continue to just turn my museum base here into the holy moly accumulator solar network that's just gonna go, this thick all the way down to the edge. Possibly eventually even move this fuel line here and do Well, I'll first finish out this bottom side, do a whole line of solar and a whole line of these accumulators, and then if I want to do it again up here, do another inner line of accumulators and upper line of solar panels and see how that all feels moving after this iron is depleted and we move all this steel smelting somewhere else. But for now, I'm at least going to try and get as many accumulators, because once I get out to about here, once I get out to about like this part here, where this power line is meeting up with all these accumulators and solar, that'll probably be enough to keep me going for another 10 to 15 hour worth of gameplay, I would think. I don't know. We were talking on stream as well. I know that mega bases that are bot based really, really suck a lot of power up once they start grooving and moving. So we'll see what happens there, and I will catch you guys in another hour. Thanks for stopping in and watching. I know I was in a long lull there for probably the past 20 hours of these clips, rambling on and dragging on because I didn't know where I was going. So if you made it this far, and I appreciate you for hanging out and making it. So have a good one, and catch it on stream if you want to see it live. Peace out. Welcome back. 2 days, 6 hours in. I'm 4 minutes off, but that's all right. I can't open up my mini map because I'm not clicked into the window. Just set up here where I last was. I set up all my sort of requestable things that I want: stack inserters, long handles, red belts, red inserters, all the stuff that was at my making base, and a couple extras like lights, walls, pipes, substations, train tracks, things like that. Things that I tend to use pretty often. I put all those down there and ready to roll, which is good. And then I've set up a semi-proper ratio of speed modules to make myself assembly machine 3s, which is, I think I'm out of bots now, or I might be out of power. I'm headed over to fix the power right now. Assembly machine 3, what do we... You're not making because you're requesting the speed modules, and you're not making speed modules because we don't have red circuits being made, I think is what's going on. Or I don't have red circuits in the base. I think that's the problem right now. There's no red circuits in the base. So that's where the problem is there. Put a tier 3 with 4 tier 3 speed modules, making accumulators. That way, because I'm going to be using a ton of power just by using those speed modules, which is okay. Because like we're gonna start getting hefty into power, and I didn't realize that it's a multiplier for speed modules on the power consumption. It's energy consumption up 70%. So it takes that one. I got to do the math on that, because I'm a little confused on that number. I thought it was just going to be whatever it is times 1.7. So like. Oh, right, so it's 70% per, so that's 280%. So right there on the bottom right, it says 12.5 kilowatts. So if I do 12.5 times 2.8 is 35. So I thought it was going to be 35 kilowatts, not 12.5. Multiplied by 280. Yeah, I don't know where that number's coming from. I'm fucking math up. I don't even know. But it's taking 280%. So it's putting up to 1.5 megawatts. So it's taking a hell of a lot of power. And I gotta figure out why and where and who and why. But we're down here setting up accumulators to be better power consumptuous. Consumptuous. Get all these accumulators sprayed out. I was up here earlier too, putting these out with the ghost, but then I realized I might spin that all sideways, so not a whole lot going on there. Next stop is probably going to be over to the red science, wherever that is. Here, and I'm probably going to speed module all these boys up with some beacons, with tier 3s and stuff like that. And probably have to do that to plastic as well, just to get things really cranking out, and maybe put a few beacons down. Put some beacons down in this in-between spot for the assembly machines, and they're going to take a hell of a lot of power, but it's going to be worth it to have them making more red circuits to help me make more accumulators and base things. It's the power grind right now is how I feel. How I feel I'm going to have to be acting. Tough acting, teen acting. So yeah, that's where I'm at for this hour. And then after that, it's going to be checking on my patches to make sure that they're all still kind of putting out enough resource to use. I think oil still doing okay down here. Oh, I still haven't gone down. Like I said before, I was going to go down and fix the concrete. Haven't done that yet either, so that's also going to be the next thing I do here. So going to go to red, fix that up, then I'm going to go fix the concrete stuff, and that's where I'm going to not forget to do. Thanks for watching that one. If you liked it, let me know. And if you want to swap over and watch it live, just pop on by. I'm doing it a lot this week during the quarantine. So peace out, boys and girls. Have a good one. Here we are again, 2 days, 7 hours into the series. We're really cranking out some hours here in the last bits of time. I have set up this is the maker base where we were, and I've set up a trash slot for it, just like I've done before. And I turned this is going to take a ton. Active provider chests here, so anything that gets put into these are just going to get sent right to the long-term storage bins, and then hopefully that'll be using a lot of these resources because there's things such as steel, circuits everywhere, all that kind of stuff for use. So that'll be cool. And yeah, so that's gonna get this whole base over here cleaned up, cleared up, and ready to roll. Is that facing the right way? Yeah, it is. Oh, it's just full on things that I couldn't see. Got it. Anyway, so yeah. This has to be emptied as well. Yeah, so this is going to fill up on all kinds of goodies that we'll be able to use. And then I'll be able to clear this space out. And I don't know if I'm going to do more smelting here, but it'll open up this whole corner here to either be just turn this into an iron mining place, or I could I can fix this whole thing and just make this go straight up and then turn, so this silly Sally weeble wobble in the turn here, instead of having to go on this 45-degree angle to the left, can go away. I can get rid of all this stuff here like I just said. Just run everything off to the belt so they all just go down. And then I can do, yeah, I'll have a small little copper smelting area here. So maybe I can just turn all this into circuits and have a second green circuit spot for now until it completely runs this copper patch out, which would be fine with me as well because it'll just add more green circuits to wherever I use them. I could take a small train, and that's how much I hate doing these train things. Take a train here that just drops it off here. So I can just make an independent rail line that just has this all smelted into green, comes up, comes down and under, and drops them off on the back of these lines to just help flood the system with more green circuits. That'll probably be what I'm going to do, just to keep things simple, and I've got the materials here anyway. And I'll just remove this steel part of things and then go from there. That'll be clean, that'll be clear. I finally remembered to remove the refined concrete from the the substation array here. I like to keep the spacing the same all the way around because that keeps the turrets in line all the way around. So I just brought this one down underneath to go underneath all my oil smelting. Then I had to bring it up here to, I tried to bring it right back up into line again here to keep it going through, but it was going to run into the tanks. So I was like, meh, I'll do it in a minute. I popped it up here to make a connection to all of the light oil to heavy oil, and the heavy oil to light, and the light to petroleum. I said that backwards. And yeah, that's about it for down here. And everything else looks pretty clean at the moment. We're probably starting to use a lot more power. I'm going to have to go throw down some more accumulators. We're up to 3.2. I think we were at 2.4 earlier or sometime earlier. I'm not sure. But we can actually look overnight. It didn't look like we had any power outage going down. And right now we're coming up with solar, and we still have plenty of... Well, the accumulators are still putting out a little bit, but they're coming down fast when we're not attacking or charging things. But you can see here that we're starting to fill them up, which is really, really good. And that should hopefully fill up pretty quick. So that's where we sit at this hour. It's going to be just starting to... I'm going to actually go on to the wiki and look up how power consumption works for like these kind of things. Because I'm looking there and it says 1.42 plus 280% plus plus 12.5 if you're looking at the bottom right. And I'm trying to understand the maths here. So it can take, the minimum consumption that an assembly machine can take is 12.5. So that's making me think that the 12.5 on the right is but that's the max consumption. So I'm not sure if the 12.5 is what the 280% of the 388 kilowatts is. Like, I'm not sure. No, because that would be more too. So I'm not sure where the numbers are coming from that max consumption to that min consumption. Or that's just showing me, oh my goodness, right underneath that shows the minimum consumption and the maximum consumption. But is the maximum consumption 1.42 megawatts? That's the part I'm, or is it 1.4 plus 12.5? So I think the minimum is the drain, maybe, that just passively will drain whether it's working or not. And then when it's active, it's adding the 1.42, which is its working consumption, I'll call it. Something I'll have to look into and do a little research, and maybe after I finish playing today, and at the end of my night here, I'll go online and maybe have an answer for you in another clip or 2 or 3 or 4. So thanks for chilling, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys shortly. Bye. Made it, my friends. We are at the 2-day, 8-hour mark. I am working on more accumulators. As you can see, we don't have enough power, and we dropped down pretty low into the red. I am pulling. It's incredible. I haven't taken a break yet to look up how the assembly machine thing works, but with the power, just putting in modules and stuff like that, like 25 megawatts on just 40-ish, and that's half of what. So, like, that's doing as much as half. So if I doubled my, say this is 300, if I had about 600, maybe 550 assembly machine 2s, that would be still around that, like, you see what I'm saying? 550 assembly machine 2s to 43 assembly machine 3s. Like, the speed is ridiculous. Worth it, but ridiculous. So I might do a classic trick here that I did before, which is the only thing connecting this solar grid to. Let's do this. So we come up here, take that guy away, blueprint it, look at the power. Do it again. Something like this, and just keep my eye on the power just to get more power to the accumulator. And if I see that I start getting attacked, which you can't see because I have it hidden by my camera. Oh, there we go. Something somewhere got eaten up. But I'm just trying to take away power so a lot more power goes straight to the accumulators for a little bit. But I don't think I have the ability to do that anymore. I don't think I can circumvent that much power for that long. But, so now I guess I gotta go repair things while I have my camera blocking the, I'll move it here for a sec so you could, well, no, you know, underneath where my camera is, if you've played Factorio, it has the notifications. If I move this to, nope, not that. There we go. So down here you can see where things are blinking to say that I don't. I figure if I'm gonna put my camera anywhere, that's the place I want to put it. That's why I put it there. Because when I look at the research screen or the character screen, like, I want you guys to be able to see my research queue and things like that. So, figured that was what I had. Anyway, what I'm saying is when I see the icon flash that I was getting attacked somewhere is when I decided I would go ahead and just quick hit the robo port back on to put that pole back on to get the power back to the rest of the grid to try and save more power poles. It sounds really complicated. It's like there's no clear way to say that. But that was my idea. Since last, we also now have 3.7K accumulator, so I definitely need more power, and that's why I definitely think I'm gonna have to get some nuclear. And from what I saw a long time ago, I don't think you can I don't know if you can or can't or could or couldn't, but there was somebody said you would be able to hook up a nuclear reactor to a power switch to turn on and off. you could hook the power switch up to your accumulator. So you put an accumulator by your nuclear power. That way, if you're because nuclear runs whether you need the power or not, it just throws the power out, and that's how that works. So I was looking at there's a way to try and make sure that you don't use that power, don't use those uranium cells unless you can use them. Unless you can use that power. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not working. So basically, you take your nuclear reactor, and I've never done it, but from what I heard, there was a way you could, and I'm going to find out on my own. Put out the nuclear reactors, and they'll put out power, but like cut off the steam or something to them so they can't run anymore, and have them not run anymore unless your accumulators are not full. So that's kind of how you judge your power output for nuclear. So, just make a trip back up to the main base here, and we'll look at the map. Nuclear I can do anywhere, because I just need the water, and to boil the water I just need water. I mean, I have water, so I could do it somewhere by the ocean, but I don't really have a good place to do that, so do I just grab... grab this uranium? Or I could try and grab this uranium. I think I'm already pissing them off pretty well over here. Maybe just take this up. Yeah, maybe I'll just take this up and I'll grab that uranium ore and then take it. I don't know where. That might be. I mean, I hate to come up here, but I'm so polluted over here on my side that maybe I could just set up a little spot over here by this water lake and do uranium over there. That way, oh, there's uranium hiding there as well. Take the pollution off, you can see. So maybe I could come over here somewhere and I could just grab that uranium too. Maybe, I don't know. Not sure how, what, who, what I want to do. It's a little tight up in here, so I don't really want to add any more. This green stuff's probably gonna move somewhere else at some point too. Oof, power is not pretty because we're in the middle of the night again. But yeah, as you can see there, power is not good. We made it. I guess we can check here. We made it. We didn't even make it till the solar panels completely kicked off, it looks like. Till we lost power 100%. But I also don't think that they 100% kicked on, so I don't actually know. A lot of things I got to work on here, and that's what my goal is until the next clip. So thanks for hanging. Catch me in a bit, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you.